Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Sister Wives with Mary Jane K. Today, I'll be giving my commentary on Sister Wives, Season 19, Episode 11, The 11th Hour. The episode opens with Christine in Salt Lake. A bunch of David's and Christine's kids are coming over and Christine is going to announce her engagement. David's kids blend very well with Christine's kids, and one thing they have in common is most of the kids feel everything is going too fast. Christine knows her kids think it might be going too fast, but she says it's her life. She just wants to live. So Isabel is having the hardest time adjusting to this fast-moving relationship between her mom and David. And she's taking this the hardest. So Christine decided that before announcing it to the family, she would tell Isabel privately that she was engaged. I can understand why Isabel is having trouble adjusting to this. It's moving so quickly, and Christine is really opening up, and she's behaving in ways that are different from anything these kids ever knew. They knew Christine as straight-laced, as their caregiver, as a nurturer, as a mother figure. And all of a sudden, she's moving at lightning speed with this relationship, moving in, getting tattoos. And so it's a little different for them to see this side of Christine. And I'm sure they're scared. Is my mom going to change so much? Am I going to recognize her? Am I going to like David? Is this going to be cool? Is my mom being naive? They have all these worries, and they have every right to be concerned about this. I understand why they have a little trouble adjusting to this. And I also understand why Christine wants to seize the day. So Peyton explains that his mom, she has a flair for the dramatic. She's very theatrical. She likes a reaction. She's open and she hides nothing though. And Peyton loves that about her. So Christine shows the kids her engagement video to break the news. And Peyton says he knew his mom wanted this big reaction from them. And he really thinks it's too soon. He just met David. Of course, he's happy for his mom. Aspen says she didn't realize how unhappy her mom was with her dad, Cody, until she saw just how happy her mom is with David. So Aspen really loves seeing her mom happy, able to be herself, able to be exactly as she is with David. So the wedding is going to be October 7th in 7 months. And Christine is eagerly planning her wedding. She didn't get this experience the first time. So she is all in. She wants all the things. So at this point, Mary is moving out and it's officially moving day. And Cody and Nathan are over to help Mary. And Cody is also going to be driving the moving truck back to Parowan with Mary. If I was Mary, I wouldn't want a thing to do with Cody. I wouldn't ask him for a damn thing. I would have more dignity and self-respect than to do that for a filming opportunity. But Mary has a right to do whatever she wants. And she wanted to do that, and that's her choice. So Cody has very mixed feelings about helping Mary move. He's good with Mary moving. He's glad to see her moving on. Cody views his help with moving as a goodwill gesture that will keep he and Mary in a good place. I think all this was a filming opportunity, but in my opinion, Cody is very threatened by Mary and he knows just how poorly he treated her. And he knows if he and Mary aren't on good terms, he fears what's going to spill out of her mouth, obviously. If I was Mary, I wouldn't allow Cody a shred of access to me, and I certainly wouldn't be asking him for a damn thing, let alone help moving. But TLC seems so desperate for a storyline. It just so happens that today is Mary's wedding anniversary. Today would have been Cody and Mary's wedding anniversary. So Cody wonders if Mary picked that date on purpose. Mary says it really wasn't intentional, but she acknowledges that today would have been their 33rd wedding anniversary. Of course, in Cody's mind, he's feeling relief, saying, thank God it's over. He wanted this for so long. But Mary, of course, remembers who she thought Cody was when she first married him. And she remembers the good times. She doesn't only focus on the negative like Cody. So, of course, she wishes things went differently. Mary took the irony of this day, the symbolism of this being their 33rd wedding anniversary, where Cody is actually helping her move away and move on. as a sign, as the universe telling her to move on, that she did all she could and now it's time to move on. Mary also has her I saw that karma shirt on as this is all going on. And Mary says karma is a bitch. And that's right. And karma comes for everyone. Now, Mary says this is who she is. It doesn't matter anymore because they aren't married. So she doesn't give a fuck anymore. She is laying her cards on the table. She's being herself and she's going to have fun with it. Mary mentions this bedroom set that she got with Cody when they moved to Vegas. She still loves it. She and Cody bought it together. It was their first brand new bedroom set and mattress they ever had that they got when they moved to Vegas. And she admits Cody hasn't slept in that bed for many years. Mary doesn't want to take the bed into this new phase of her life. The bed she should have shared with her ex, Cody. And Mary says she doesn't plan on being single forever. So next, Cody and Mary get closer than they have ever been in years. Nathan is kidding around. He pushes a bike into Cody and Mary as they're doing shit in the moving truck. And Mary gets pinned into Cody. It's an awkward situation. Everyone's laughing. And Cody points out Robin didn't choose to be a monogamist, but she is a monogamist now. And he points out how hard this is for Robin. Mary is all giggles, laughing about this. And Cody thinks it's funny too. He's laughing his ass off too. But he says it wasn't okay on principle that he was so close to Mary physically. So they're joking about something that he says he considers sacred with Robin because it was a sexual in nature thing and it was a joke. So Cody mentions that, he's uncomfortable. It was sexual in nature and it was wrong. They were all laughing about it, but technically as a married man, he feels that it was wrong and he wants to point it out because he considers that something sacred and sexual in nature that he holds for Robin. I doubt Robin would be jealous. I don't think Robin would take that seriously. I really don't think that would bother her. Cody can be emotionally abusive. He can be controlling. He can be neglectful. He can be toxic as fuck with his women, ex-wives, children. But he just wants us to know how high his morals are. And he wants Robin to know, they were all laughing, but it was sexual in nature and that's sacred to them. And, that's for Robin. So he knows he was laughing, guys, and he knows it was wrong, but they were just laughing. But he's, an upstanding guy. Everyone knows it was a joke. Is Cody that afraid of Robin's wrath? Or is Cody trying to act like an upstanding guy instead of the coward he is? So Janelle is visiting Christine in Salt Lake to meet David for the first time, and Christine is going to announce her engagement as well. Christine told David that Janelle is always going to be a part of her life. She's going to come along with her in life, throughout life, till the end. So she really wants Janelle to meet him. Janelle is very important to Christine, and David knows that. So Janelle knows this is serious now. They bought a house. They're engaged. So she really needs to meet David. So Janelle explains that her kids met David. Everybody is talking about David. They like David. She really wants to meet him. Janelle says in general, she likes everybody unless they are pompous or full of themselves. And she worries that if she and David don't like each other, what would happen because she is so close with Christine and the kids are so close. So Janelle remembers Christine talking to her when she first met David, and it was around the time of their third or fourth date. And by then, Christine knew David was the one. So Janelle knows this is really fast. It doesn't feel wrong. It feels intuitive. So Janelle gives her stamp of approval. Now, Maddie and Janelle, they found a farm, they found a property an hour away from where Maddie and Caleb already live. They found this land. Janelle's excited about it. She and Maddie have found several properties close to North Carolina that are affordable. And Janelle really doesn't know what's going on with Coyote Pass. Christine knew that there would be a balloon payment due and it would be due soon. And now it's due in just 2 months. And if they don't pay the whole thing, they will lose everything. And it's a huge payment. So Cody told Janelle he has the money for his portion. And Janelle told Cody she wanted him to buy her out. And Cody told her he doesn't have the money for that. He doesn't have the money for that, or he doesn't want to and he wants to make Janelle's life hell. Janelle hasn't told Cody yet about North Carolina. And she doesn't think it's Cody's business. And she knows Cody won't be a part of her future life. Janelle doesn't think Cody will be stupid about this because, of course, if he's stupid about the payment and they don't pay off the land, they all lose everything. They all ruin their finances, everything. So she doesn't think Cody would be that stupid, but she knows how Cody is, and it could potentially get to the point where the payment is due and Cody will make it somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. He'll blame other people and everyone will have to scramble to solve the issue because Cody doesn't do it. So Janelle tells Christine she even went to talk to Mary. That's how concerned she is, even though it was awkward, even though at that point she hadn't seen Mary in over a year and a half. Christine knows Cody, and she knows it's a real possibility that Cody could be irresponsible. So Janelle let Mary know, of course, that the payment was due soon, and she alerted Mary. She told Mary, be proactive, make sure you get your fair share. And Janelle explains to Christine it was a really weird conversation. Mary seemed very surprised by it. She was taken aback. And Mary, of course, was under the impression that Janelle controlled the money all of these years. And of course, Janelle was a primary breadwinner for decades. Janelle helped make sense of the dollars and cents. She helped with the taxes. She helped with the accountant. She may have kept receipts, but she wasn't in control or in charge of who got what, where the money goes, how the money is controlled. Cody was in charge of it all. Janelle points out that if she controlled the money, they would have paid off the land and built homes long ago. They would have done this and that. They would have spent their money differently. That just wasn't the case, that she was in control. She was never in control. She provided her paycheck. She may have done the taxes at the end of the year, but that's it. Now, Janelle insists she wasn't in control of the money, and Cody refutes Janelle. He says his other wives remember Janelle controlling the money. He admits ultimately he guided where the money went, but they all had access to the same account. And he says in the past, they were really a family working together. And he says they did this the best way they could. Janelle says she finds it comical that Cody is saying she controlled the money. She finds it laughable. She contributed her paycheck. She updated the accountant, but Cody decided what went where, who got what. That wasn't up to Janelle at all. Now, Christine says if Janelle had controlled the money, she has a feeling things would have been a lot different. And Janelle says all she has ever done is record what was spent and send it to the accountant. She points out that people in the family spent, and Janelle never knew who spent what. She wasn't in charge of that. Now, Janelle says it's wild because Cody's MO is to attack somebody in an area that's important to them. He wants to make them feel insecure. Now, basically, what she's saying is Cody was a toxic, abusive, manipulative dick face. Janelle gives the example that Cody would tell Christine he wasn't physically attracted to her. And he said it their whole marriage, and that really devastated Christine. Christine desperately wanted her husband to find her attractive and to be intimate with her. And Christine is a very attractive woman. I think Cody was insecure. Cody knew how important that was to Christine, and he wanted to break her down. And he hits people where it hurts. He hits people with what matters to them. For Christine, it was trying to destroy her looks, trying to make her feel like she was unattractive as a woman. This is very abusive, toxic, and manipulative behavior. Cody responds to this. He makes excuses. He actually blames Janelle for this. He says he told Janelle he wasn't attracted to Christine when he was moving his stuff out of Christine's house and into hers after Christine kicked him out. So Cody blames Janelle for it. He says it was a private conversation when he was in pain, and he never intended for Janelle to tell Christine what he thought about her during their breakup. Cody says that's rude of Janelle. How rude and cruel of Cody year after year to remind Christine of how unattractive he found her, just to keep her down, just to keep her insecure, desperate, of course, to want to please him. No matter how hard these women tried to be what Cody wanted them to be, nothing was ever enough. And Cody knew what these women were insecure about, and he rubbed their nose in it, keeping them insecure, keeping them off balance, keeping them feeling like they weren't ever enough, like they were a problem, like they were the problem. Cody got off on the cruelty. He used that as a way to manipulate and control. Cody got off on hurting his ex-wives, in my opinion. He got off on making them jump through endless hoops when he never gave a fuck in the first place about working on these relationships or investing with these women, treating them as equals. Cody got off on making these women feel bad about themselves. He got off on sowing discord between them. He got off on manipulation. In my opinion, Cody manipulated the hierarchy, the totem pole of which wife was most in his favor. And, when he was pissed with one wife, he would just go blab to another. And he would make that wife feel she had more favor. Look how open he was being with her, only to push her down again and use that against her when the opportunity arose. I think Cody knew making these women insecure meant he could have more control over them. He knew these women would bend over backwards to feel like they mattered to him. And he played with them like toys, in my opinion. Just look at how Cody treated Mary. So Cody can blame Janelle for rudely telling Christine he thought she was not attractive, but he told Christine for years how repulsed he was by her, even though she's gorgeous. Let's not forget the nacho incident that happened before she and Cody were even married. Janelle wasn't even there, so Cody can't pin that on her. Janelle didn't rat out Cody. Cody himself had been letting Christine know year after year how unattracted he was to her. And this was since before they got married. And I think Cody got off on that cruelty. In Becoming Sister Wives, Cody recounts the nacho incident. This is what he says. I was convinced that Christine was the cutest girl in the world, although she was a little chubby. Back then, I was young and superficial enough to care about physical appearances. After we'd been on the road all night, we stopped at a gas station. I'd been drinking soda pop to stay awake, and my stomach felt sour and upset. Just thinking about food made me queasy. Christine went into the Quickie Mart and brought herself what seemed like the largest portion of chili nachos that I'd ever seen. The sight of those nachos turned my stomach. I couldn't watch her eat them. She must have been starving because she was eating so quickly. And there was chili sauce and nacho cheese everywhere. Looking back, I hate myself for the thoughts I had at that moment, but the sight of this chubby girl in my car devouring chili cheese nachos for breakfast put the brakes on our relationship. It brought out the most superficial and shallowest side of me. I still liked her. In fact, I liked her very much. She's just a little chubby. But the nacho experience cooled my attraction a little. Well, a lot. So is Janelle being rude talking to Christine? Is Janelle to blame? Or is it Cody and Cody's toxicity, and only he himself should be held accountable for his cruelty? As far as I see it, if Janelle told Christine anything, it wasn't anything she hadn't heard before from Kotex. Let's also not forget that when Christine kicked Cody out, he was trying to manipulate her with the possibility of sex and intimacy if only she would kiss Robin's ass a little harder. Sex is a healthy part of any romantic relationship. Cody wasn't intimate with Christine for years. He made her feel he was repulsed by her. He would tell her regularly just how unattractive he found her, even though, of course, Christine is beautiful. He told Christine they could discuss intimacy. Maybe it could be on the table. Maybe if she could be a better sister wife to Robin. Sex in a marriage isn't a bargaining chip to adapt your wife's behavior to kiss the ring of the favorite wife. It's no surprise Christine kicked Cody out. She probably feels that was the best decision she ever made, and if so, she's not wrong. In my opinion, Cody psychologically broke these women down to make them feel like not enough, to constantly keep them insecure. And nothing they would ever do to please Cody would ever be enough for Cody. Cody had lists of demands for these women. He would keep shifting the goalposts, switching the hoops, occupying these women with chasing their own tails with endless lists of demands. And he would have them feeling like they were the problem, like they were the issue. When Cody honestly probably never had any intention of investing with these women. It's really toxic. It's unbelievably cruel. But this way, Cody could do whatever he always loves to do. And then when the women don't meet his endless demands, he points the finger at them and he blames them for why he isn't doing what he should reasonably be expected to do as a husband and a father. Cody manipulated these women. He gaslit these women to hell and back. And there is probably no greater relief for them than being free of Cody's toxicity. You know, let the shop lady with the best customer service take all the bags and bags of Cody's toxicity. That could all be Robin. She wants it all for herself. And Robin alone can have it all. You know, I hope Robin enjoys this because the best customer service will only go so far. Janelle says Cody blames everything on her for telling Christine, but he forgets. He told Christine on repeat himself. So Janelle knows Cody's MO is finding what's important to you, chipping away at it, attacking it, making you feel insecure. So Janelle points out that financial security is really important for her. So she knows that Cody is really trying to pin this on her, to blame her for it, to deflect to her if he doesn't do his part and blame her. She knows Cody is trying to hit her where it counts for her, with what's important to her, with her own financial security. And then he's going to pin this on her if it doesn't work out. So Janelle is pissed. Behind her back, Cody told everyone she was the one in charge. And she thinks that it's possible that Cody will screw her just to hit her where it hurts. And she knows she wasn't in charge of the finances. And she knows she didn't do anything except for maybe drink a whole bottle of wine each time she recorded the financial transactions to send them to the accountant because it stressed her out so much. She had no say where the money went. Cody was the one in charge of everything. So Mary says, Janelle says one thing, Cody and Robin say another, and she doesn't know who to believe. She doesn't think either of them are being entirely truthful. Mary's going to find out real quick that Janelle is telling the truth and that Janelle really went out of her way to have her back. Listen, Cody is a sly son of a bitch. He will leave the land to the last second, and he might even leave it up to Janelle to solve, knowing Janelle will do it just to save herself financially from disaster. Janelle has every right to be concerned. She knows how shady Cody is. So Janelle says she is really trying to protect everybody. And she told Mary to be aware of things, to be vigilant, to make sure she gets her fair share. And Mary just told her she was moving to Parowan. She didn't seem overly concerned. So Janelle is really happy for Mary that she's moving. Christine is happy for Mary too. And Christine knows Mary needs to move on. Christine says when it comes down to controlling money, she feels like they each knew what they were getting out of the family money. And if there was any extra, they had to talk to Cody. But Cody could always spend whatever he wanted to. There were never any limits. There were never any restrictions. Anything he wanted, he got. So Christine explains that all of their money collectively got put into one big fund, and they got paid out of that fund, that joint account. So Christine had to talk to Cody about getting paid for things. And Cody was the one who decided if it was allowed or not. Cody was the one who wrote the check. Cody controlled everything financially. So if Christine needed anything, she told Cody, and Cody could decide yay or nay. Cody had control over all of the money. He also controlled these women financially. So Christine shows Janelle her New Beginnings Celtic tattoo that she and David got, the matching tattoos. Christine has known Janelle for 30 years, and for most of those years, she was very religious and pious and straight-laced. She grew up in the church. Now she's technically living in sin. She's getting tattoos. She's shacking up with David. Janelle sees this new side of Christine, and she explains that her kids all have tattoos. They're cool with it, but they were really weirded out by straight-laced Christine getting a tattoo. Christine explains that Janelle supports all of her decisions, and they will change as they move forward in their lives, but she points out that they're always going to be close no matter what. Janelle knows it's fast with David, and Christine explains to Janelle that she's engaged, and she shows her the ring, and she tells her all about how the engagement happened. And Janelle knows now they bought a home, they're engaged. Janelle really hopes that she likes David, especially since they're already engaged. Janelle is confident that Christine and David are committed. She just hopes she likes him. Now, Mary is really excited to move on. She should be. She waited over a decade. Now, Cody says Mary is acting like a wonderful woman that he would have loved being married to with this experience of moving. And Cody jokes that Mary is his favorite ex-wife. They laugh about it. And Robin shows up, a cloud of doom and gloom, just enshrouded in clouds, as Mary and Cody are laughing together. They're keeping it light. Robin couldn't help Mary move. Every cell of her body told her she couldn't. She doesn't want Mary to leave, but she is here to say goodbye. She couldn't come to help, but she could come to say goodbye. So Cody knows Robin is here just to say goodbye. He knows Robin is very emotional over this. She's a wreck over this. Poor victim Robin. Angel, cap in hand. Sad. She's sad, guys. Oh. Cody says Robin's heartbreak is heartbreak of extreme proportions that he doesn't understand. Robin comes in. She wants the limelight. She makes this all about herself. Her face is scrunched up, but we rarely see a tear fall. She's making this all about her as usual. So Robin tells Mary she wishes her well. She loves her. They hug. Robin scrunches her face up, pretending to sob. And Christine admits that Robin and Mary's relationship has frustrated her for years because she has seen Robin manipulating Mary. Ding, ding, ding. Christine feels a real friend would tell Mary, yeah, you have a sucky marriage, you should leave, and want what is best for Mary rather than selfishly trying to string her along. Now, I agree with Christine. The whole time Robin manipulated Mary, she used Mary as an emotional support person. And when she sucked Mary dry, when she took all she wanted from Mary, Mary became persona non grata to Robin in her home. She was no longer as welcome. Robin wouldn't return texts. Robin became very distant. Mary sacrificed a lot for Robin, including the legal marriage. And we never see Robin reciprocate a damn thing. Even during COVID, Cody wanted Mary to come and Robin said fuck no. Robin has been selfish this whole time. Let's not forget that she even made Cody and Mary's breakup scene all about her. And when Robin wasn't getting the level of attention she wanted, she made a big show of stomping off, crocodile tears and all, to make it all about her. This is all about Robin. It's the Robin show. Robin has no grace, Robin has no class, and Robin has zero respect for Mary. I don't believe Robin is an authentic, genuine human being, and I don't believe she was a genuine friend to Mary. She's too manipulative to ever make a good friend. So, to Christine's claim that Robin was manipulative as fuck with Mary, Robin says Christine doesn't know much about her relationship with Mary. Well, Robin didn't know much about Christine's experience with Cody before she came into the family, but she had no problem commenting on it and disrespecting Christine in her own home, trying to tell Christine that she's a liar and invalidate her when she was talking about her experience with Cody. So Robin really didn't know a fuck about that, but she had no problem chiming in. Robin continues on that the idea of manipulating Mary into doing something she doesn't want to do is laughable. Robin manipulated Mary knowing how loyal she was and how much Mary valued her and her kids. Robin manipulated Mary knowing how much Mary wanted to be a part of the family, how much Mary wanted to please Cody, how much Mary wanted to have a better marriage with Cody. And Robin took all she could of Mary's heart, time, investment, and energy. And when Mary wanted to do things for herself, and her own well-being and her own fulfillment, Robin wasn't even happy for Mary. Instead, we saw disappointment. For example, when Robin wanted to have more kids and Mary wanted to invest less time in My Sister Wives Closet, Robin's dream, to pursue her own dream and her own education. Robin was pissed at Mary. She wasn't happy for Mary to go do what was best for her and what would have fulfilled her more, because that would mean affecting her plan to want to have more kids. Robin is very selfish. Robin doesn't give a fuck about Mary. Robin is putting on this big, disingenuous, emotional display, and Mary is looking at her like, please, bitch. She's hugging her back, but she's looking at her like, what the fuck? And Robin explains that Mary is just trying to take it all in, and she's trying to not let this experience of moving make her sad. And that's why Mary appeared to be so stoic when Robin came to say goodbye and she was blabbing everywhere. So Mary tells Robin it's the end of a chapter and the start of a new one. Mary wants to move forward. She doesn't want to be caught up under the gray cloud of doom and gloom that is Robin. Now, Robin gets Mary a journal. She says she likes to write down her dreams, and this journal meant wishing Mary happiness in her next chapter, and she wants Mary to write down her dreams to manifest them in this journal. If I was Mary, I would burn it just the way Robin suggested Mary does with her marriage certificate when she got the divorce, so that Cody could adopt Robin's kids and legally marry her. Robin tells Mary this is not what they chose, and Mary agrees with her. It's not what they chose. And Mary explains that Robin is very emotional and she doesn't want to be emotional herself. She's trying to explain how she had that lack of emotional reaction to Robin and her bullshit. So Robin tells Mary how sad she is, and Mary says she has a lot of emotions. She's had a lot of emotions through the past decade, and she keeps her emotions guarded, and she only shares her emotions with people she is comfortable sharing them with. And clearly, Mary isn't comfortable with Robin. She doesn't want to share anything with her. She's had enough. I think Mary knows how selfish Robin is and that Robin will make everything about her and she's going to put on a big show. And Mary's just like, fuck. Thank God this is the last time I have to do this shit. Mary doesn't trust Robin. Mary doesn't feel comfortable with Robin. Mary says she knows Robin is brokenhearted, and she says that's up to Robin to process that herself. That has nothing to do with her. So Mary says she's at peace with this. She has internal happiness that she hasn't had in a long time, and she isn't letting anyone, including the manipulative bitch, Robin, bring that down. No one is bringing Mary down. Robin bitches that it's just one heartbreak after another. Oh, it's too much. And she's crying and she says, oh, it's too much. It's too much. She complains that it's different now. She's no longer one of 4 wives and the favorite. She has one wife, and she's no longer going to get that favorite wife treatment anymore. Robin is so disingenuous. She looks like she is just trying so hard to squeeze some tears out. She is trying so hard to cry for those victim points. But it looks like she is really fighting to hold back a bowel movement, the way her face contorts with this. I am sick and tired of seeing the crocodile tears. I'm sick and tired of seeing her face contort like that. No one wants to see that. No one gives a fuck how Robin feels. I've had enough of the Robin show. I've never seen 2 more pathetic people than Cody and Robin every time they grace the screen with their pity me, pity me, victim bullshit. So Mary packed her family mission statement from years ago from the recommitment ceremony the family had in Vegas. And she jokes that now, maybe she will burn it. She says with the mission statement, she really doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. She knows they worked on it together. They all worked together to write it. Mary points out they had the recommitment ceremony, but obviously it didn't work. And she points out, look at them now. Cody says it's important to know that he felt the family mission statement was very inspired. He feels it was the pinnacle of joy for him. So the family mission statement was the pinnacle of joy for Cody, but Cody couldn't wait to be rid of the obstacles to his goals in life, obstacles being his family, his ex-wives, and his other kids. The pinnacle of joy. This guy is so full of shit. Cody explains that he never really knew how to do plural marriage. It made their lives difficult, and there was no rule book to make it functional, to make it workable. Cody might be wrong about that. For every family, it's going to be different depending on the dynamics and the different personalities. I don't think polygamy is the healthiest way to live. It's never anything that I would choose. But Professor Yankowiak early on stated a few principles that determined how functional a plural family was. And the second Cody and the family strayed from those principles, we saw the fabric of the family disintegrate. The professor said the success of a plural family was largely dependent on the husband, the type of man he was, his personality type. Also, he pointed out in successful plural families, the husband did not have a favorite wife. There was no obvious favorite wife. All the wives got the same across the board with investment, with finances, with everything. Robin was the obvious favorite wife. There was a hierarchy from the time Cody began courting her, and she had different standards to the other wives, even as she was courting Cody, than his other wives had when they were dating him. And that special treatment continued on throughout their marriage. Cody chose an obvious favorite wife. He invested more in her. He spent more money with her. He took more time with her. He exclusively spent time with she and her kids. And there can't be a favorite wife in a functional plural family. Everyone has to prioritize the larger family. Cody prioritized Robin. Robin prioritized Cody, as the three wives were left holding the bag, trying to focus on the larger family. Now, Cody says there is no rule book, and there isn't. But it's interesting that the professor pointed out that families with favorite wives will fail. And Cody, from the start, had a blatant favorite wife that changed the course of this family forever, ultimately. I also think before Robin, the adults in the family all really prioritized the larger family and raising the kids. And of course, when Robin came on board, Cody prioritized Robin and Robin prioritized Cody. So all the adults in the family at that point no longer shared the common goal of the larger family. Cody says plural marriage was a big picture for all of them, and it was sacred, and it was religious to them, and then it crumbled and it failed. Cody says he is bitter, he's angry, he's hurt, and he is sure that others in the family are also bitter and hurt, including Mary. Maybe Cody should have thought of Mary's emotions when he was cruel to her all these years. Cody says Mary changed after they got married, and it was a hard relationship until today. He points out that he sees the irony in this, and Cody says today, moving with Cody has been really good because they're seeing parts of themselves that they loved back in the day. But Mary doesn't regret at all where she is right now. So next, we go back to Christine and Janelle and David. Janelle meets David. Christine was excited to introduce Janelle to David as her sister wife. And Christine points out, of course, that Janelle's going to be her sister wife forever. David understands that Janelle is going to be Christine's sister wife forever. And David is cool with that as long as Christine knows he's always going to be monogamous. He's never going to want to marry Janelle or any other woman but her. So Janelle says David is exactly the man Christine was looking for. So Christine had told Janelle she wanted someone bald, tatted with the motorcycle. And then she found David. He ticked all the boxes and he was the opposite of Cody. And Janelle knows that's what Christine was looking for, and she found it. So Janelle says Christine was always really attracted to the badass, to the bad boy type with the motorcycle and all the things. So Christine always wanted that. Now she found it in David. And Christine always thought living with a guy full-time monogamously that it would be super boring. She thought monogamy just sounded so boring, that guys were difficult, that it would feel like a ball and chain to have them around all the time. So that's one of the reasons she really wanted polygamy. But she says monogamy isn't boring at all. Nothing about David is boring. He's super chill. He doesn't have any expectations, zero expectations. He doesn't expect anything. So Janelle is so happy for Christine, and you can tell genuinely from her heart, she is beaming with joy for Christine. She is happy to see Christine happy. Janelle adds that Christine seems genuinely happy. She feels loved, she is confident, and she knows she is loved, and she feels secure in that. So Janelle is overjoyed that Christine gets to have that. Over in Parowan, Cody and Mary arrive to the inn to unpack. Jen is there to help. Nathan's there. And Mary explains that Cody always will say that she is bossy. And Mary says when she says things should be done a certain way, she usually ends up being right. So Mary is thrilled that Cody labeled her the favorite ex-wife. She is so happy about that. They're joking about it. They're all smiles. And Cody says Mary and Christine really loved the polygamy humor, but Janelle and Robin really didn't like it. And Cody remembers a time he made a polygamy joke once. And Robin responded by telling him that she has been terrorized by criticism of coming into this family. And she demanded Cody respect this and Cody not make those kind of jokes because she felt mocked because she's been so terrorized by the criticism of coming into this family. And she demanded Cody respect this and Cody not make jokes like that. Oh, victim Robin was terrorized because people criticize her, because people dislike her. If you don't like all the opinions and you don't have thick enough skin to handle it and you feel victimized by it, then just don't put yourself on a reality show. Live a private life. Everyone has a right to their opinions of Robin. No one terrorized Robin just because they have negative opinions of her. No one made her a victim just because people dislike her because of her obvious manipulative and toxic behavior. People have negative things to say about Robin because she constantly is disingenuous. She's constantly toxic. She's constantly manipulative. She does her crocodile tears and she tries to use fake emotions to manipulate things, to act like a victim. She manipulates. She has a victim mentality and she tries to make everything about herself. And when things don't go her way, she tries to manipulate them to go her way by force, by manipulative acts. That's toxic as fuck. No one wants to touch Robin with a 10-foot pole. Robin makes everything about herself. She acts like a perpetual victim as if the world is against her. People don't like Robin because of how she acts. She's toxic. She's manipulative as fuck. She uses people and then she tries to play the victim. It's bullshit. It's easy to see. That's why people don't like her and they're going to comment on that. And if Robin feels it's too much for her, she shouldn't be on TV. It's that simple. If she wants to be on TV and she wants to play victim and she wants to be manipulative and people have things to say about that, that isn't terrorizing her. It's not bullying. She needs to grow a thicker skin if she wants to be on TV, and she needs to realize the world isn't all going to love her and she shouldn't really need everybody to accept or love her either. If she was secure in herself, she really wouldn't give a fuck and she would just do her show and laugh all the way to the bank. If Robin doesn't like the criticism, she really doesn't have to put her life on TV. We would all appreciate not seeing her face there. If she wants to continue terrorizing the audience with her shit acting and her victim mentality, and if the viewers have criticism of that, negative criticism, that's because of her toxic, disingenuous behavior. If she feels terrorized, if she wants it to stop, if a polygamous joke sets her off that much, then maybe she should stop terrorizing us and get the fuck off of our TV screens. If you put yourself on display, don't complain when you don't get the opinions that you want. positive opinions thrown back at you. Robin is no victim. I don't feel bad for her. I don't think she was terrorized by the wives, by the kids in the family, or by anybody else. So next up, Cody comments on Janelle, and he thinks Janelle and Robin struggled as new wives coming into the family, feeling like there wasn't full acceptance in the family, among the wives. So Cody knows Janelle experienced that, and I think he's referring to the situation with Mary. And Cody says he regrets that. He regrets what Janelle went through. Now, Mary says she admits that she wasn't perfect. She had a hard time. She says she admits it and she's sorry. It sounded kind of dismissive. It didn't sound completely genuine, but at least she said she's sorry and she admits it. Now, Mary says this is the final. She's done. She's done with Flagstaff. The marriage is done and she's starting a new life. So at this point, Cody needs more limelight. It should really be about Mary. This is Mary's moving day, but Cody starts bawling when he says goodbye. He's grabbing on to Mary, hugging her, and he says it's the end of an era. Listen, it's been the end for over a decade for Mary. Cody had abandoned her as a husband, and she was living basically like a single woman. I'm sure she felt very lonely. It's not this new thing for Mary to adjust to. She's been living like this for a long time. Now, Cody says it was a great run, but he isn't going to let it bring him down. At this point, Cody breaks down, and it really just seems like bad acting, like he's putting on a show because he wants his ego fed. He wants to be coddled by Mary. So Mary is blown away by this behavior, by Cody getting this emotional. So Cody says he's looking at his life and it's upside down. And he says they had something special. Now, Mary says it was really good at certain points, and Cody says it all went to shit. One thing after another. He's a victim of one thing after another. He's the victim, guys. Now, Cody says he doesn't feel bitter. He doesn't feel angry anymore. He is glad now to be Mary's friend. Again, he tells Mary that she is his favorite ex-wife. Again, Cody feels threatened by Mary, and he knows at any point if she wanted to tell all about him, she could. And we see how cruel and toxic Cody was on camera. Just imagine the type of shit he did to Mary and his kids and his ex-wives off camera, and the way he may have spoken to them, the tones he would have taken with them, the walking on eggshells, the control. Imagine the extent of that off camera if on camera we're getting his supposed best foot forward, technically. Cody is trying to keep it on good terms with Mary to try to keep her quiet. And also, I think Cody thinks if he stays on good terms with Mary, then financially he can screw her and she'll just let it happen. But I don't think that's how the cookie's going to crumble. So he's glad to be Mary's friend. All of a sudden, Mary is his favorite ex-wife. And Cody says it's heartbreaking. He says he loves his life, but it's different to the life he had. And he feels everyone said in the family that this wasn't important to them. Oh, no. Let's be clear. Cody said this wasn't important to him. He decided to have a favorite wife. He decided to neglect his wives and kids and spend the lion's share of his time, affection, investment, all the things with one wife and her kids. Cody referred to his ex-wives and kids as the obstacles to his goals in life. So Cody doesn't get to blame this on, oh, everybody decided this wasn't important anymore. Nope. The wives didn't decide that the family wasn't important to them. Cody wanted to be rid of the obstacles to his goals in life, and he used the pandemic, in my opinion, to engineer monogamy with Robin and to intentionally push his family out while blaming them for not jumping through his constantly shifting hoops. The ex-wives weren't the ones who bailed on the family. Cody decided the family wasn't as important as his relationship with Robin from day one. From day one, Robin came on the scene. She was the priority. She was the favorite wife. The family for Cody wasn't his priority. Robin was his priority. And then during the pandemic, Cody decided he wanted to free himself from his obstacles to his goals in life. And he did everything he could to be as inhospitable as he could as a father and a husband to everyone to push everyone away, to leave Cody. He wanted them to make the decision to leave him. Cody wanted this. He doesn't get to say everyone else decided the family wasn't a priority and put this on everyone when he abandoned ship really over a decade ago with Robin when she came into the picture. Cody continues to make this about him. He says he and Robin have been in different spaces of mourning about this. Christine is gone. Nell is gone most likely. And Cody says he can't find any optimism there, so he's just kind of given up on it. You know, Janelle isn't gone because Cody can't find the optimism there. Janelle is done because Cody demanded she pick him over her sons, and he also demanded that she change who she is to become more obedient, more like the favorite wife. And he tried to then not only ask her to change herself fundamentally, but he then tried to redefine the terms of their marriage and how Janelle would be with him before he was even willing to invest with her as a husband and a father. Now, Cody told Janelle to change who she was for him. And at that point, of course, Janelle knew it was over. Janelle doesn't play bullshit games. Janelle is practical. Janelle is intelligent. Janelle doesn't do the manipulation and bullshit. Cody says he just loses it. It's like this is the final nail in the coffin of their dream. It's the end of an era, and Cody is remembering that they did something special. So, of course, Mary is confused by Cody's emotions, and Cody says he was angry about the divorce. Now he isn't angry anymore. He is just sad. Why should anyone in the world give a fuck about how Cody is feeling when he doesn't give a fuck about the way his children or his ex-wives feel or how they felt throughout the whole process? Through fake tears, Cody tells Mary that he is mourning a loss. As Cody is mourning the end of an era, Mary is thinking in her mind that it really didn't have to be this way. So Cody says he was so angry with Christine and Janelle that he hasn't been able to address the mourning. He was just angry. And now with Mary, he says he is through the anger phase, and he at this point is sad, and he apologizes for the 7 years that he strung Mary along, but he is glad they did it because now he can mourn a loss instead of being angry. What a selfish SOB Cody is. Of course, it's all about him, and fuck that I wasted 7 years of Mary's life because my emotions are more important than all the damage and hurt and suffering I did to Mary, because now I'm not angry. I get to be sad, so it's worth it. Fuck that Mary wasted 7 years. Fuck this guy. It's all about him. It's all about his emotions. His emotions always take center stage. Never mind Mary. Never mind what Mary went through all these years. Basically, this dick face is saying that it's okay, Mary, that I strung you along those extra 7 years. I'm so sorry for doing that, basically just to assuage Robin. But hey, at least now, instead of anger, there can be sadness, and I can feel sad and I can mourn. Fuck that I wasted 7 years of your life. Fuck the wasted 7 years. Who cares? Who cares about the wasted years for Mary? Because now it's all about Cody and his emotions. That's more important than those wasted years for Mary, because instead of anger, Cody has moved on to the sadness phase. The sadness phase of this morning. And Mary can experience Cody's sadness with him instead of the wrath she would have received before. You know, Mary should be telling Cody, get the fuck out at this point. She shouldn't have even have done this for filming purposes. If she really loved and respected herself, she wouldn't have. So Mary tells Cody she appreciates everything that he's saying, but Mary says she doesn't get it. She doesn't know where all this is coming from. She doesn't understand Cody at all. She has no clue what the fuck is going on. And throughout this horrible telenovela scene, we see Mary looking at Cody with pity. Like, what the fuck? This man is insane. So Mary doesn't get Cody at all. And Mary says Cody has made it clear he did not want her in his life. So she wonders, why all of this emotion? Why all of this emotion? In my opinion, because Cody wants to put on a show. He wants to be coddled. He wants to make this about him so he doesn't have to be held accountable. And Cody wants everything to be centered around his emotions and comforting him. and Cody wants Mary to be the one to comfort him now after he put her through hell and he didn't give a fuck about her well-being or her comfort. He wants her to now tell him it'll be okay and coddle him. And then he gets to be the victim he wants to be. So Cody is weird as fuck. I wonder about how his mental is going because he tells Mary when she marries again, he doesn't want to be weird about it. He wants to walk her down the aisle. WTF. So, of course, Mary is floored by this. She says she doesn't understand Cody, and she wonders if Cody was serious or just trying to make a joke. She has no clue what the fuck is going on. I'm no shrink, but I would just say what's going on is allegedly, in my opinion, potentially Cody may be a head case. Now, Cody says that now he and Mary have permission to move on. Mary is floored by this display. She doesn't know what to do with this. You know what? Cody once said he is an enigma only he understands. I don't know. I don't think he knows his head from his ass. I would say stay away from the guy. Don't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Move on with your life. Try to forget he ever existed except for at family events and just let karma have her way with Cody without giving him a second thought. Just move forward knowing you deserve more than this person can ever give you and don't waste a second more on Cody. That's Robin's problem now. That does it for this episode. I'll be back next week for the next episode of Sister Wives, Season 19, Episode 12, Put Your House in Order, where tensions rise over meeting the deadline on paying off Coyote Pass, and it looks like Mary and Janelle are going to retain a lawyer together from the previews. I think they're going to be fighting this together. Mary is going to jet to England, and Janelle and Christine are teaming up to throw Savannah a kick-ass graduation party. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you soon. Till next week. Bye.